Okay, we're in match 5. We're 3-1. We've played against a prison deck and then 3 combo decks. So we're
looking for something.
We're
else.
hoping for something that casts like creatures that do interactive things and spells that do interactive things.
Mm-hmm.
We're on the draw against Silva Terran. And we have a keepable hand. So it looks better than it is because we have 3 mono blue creatures and 1 blue source.
Mm-hmm.
It would be apparent that this hand isn't very good if the mana symbols were obvious on Moorland Haunt requiring white, and or if we have any creature that has white mana that's going to cost. So it's not an amazing hand, but it's okay. We're going to keep it because it has a curve and a vial. A white mana source. Oh, Elves. Okay, so another uninteractive combo deck. That's 5 uninteractive decks. This is a terrible matchup for us. I don't think we're not gonna get there. I'm not optimistic. We're gonna try.
Hey, another color source. That's great.
Yeah. Start off with a painless land. Get the Vial on the board. So Vial plus Nebelgast Herald gives us like a little tiny bit of a chance in game 1. But if they have any kind of reasonable card or reasonable keep, there's nothing we can do. Elvish Clancaller really sped this deck up. They can put so much power on the board so fast. Here's the Clancaller.
Oh,
and if they still have another 1-drop, all right, at least they didn't have another 1-drop. Maybe they're out of gas. Probably not, but maybe. They have 7 power on the board on turn 2. Better than we can do. Strictly better combo or tribal deck. More power on turn 2. We just need to put creatures on the board. So we'll get a basic island with Polluted Delta. Moorland Haunt also. Moorland Haunt plus Nebelgast Herald, maybe.
Maybe we'll get there.
Maybe we'll get there if they keep this to the combat step. We can't really get...
How do they get Crater Hoof?
They don't Crater Hoof.
Oh, they just Shaman the Pack.
Shaman the Pack and Azuri. And now with Clancaller, they don't even necessarily need Azuri. They can just get like Clancallers and Archdruids and just have generic Lords in play.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we'll take 5 from Shaman. Shaman's really big.
Yikes.
Shaman is a 4/3 with a Lord in play. That's really big. So we'll take out one of these creatures with a block from Mausoleum Wanderer.
Start pecking away at the Heritage Druids?
Yeah, probably. It's sort of awkward. Like, if there were only 1, it'd be the easy block. Oh, doorbell's ringing. Jake's Delivery Groceries. This match brought to you by Peapod. Dude, late night grocery delivery. What a world we live in. Alright, really want a 2-drop. Real bad. 2 mana creature. Ugh. They're going to attack us with Shaman next turn. They only have 1 card in hand. Probably better if we just activate Moorland Haunt this turn. Yeah, I think that's probably better. Because with Moorland Haunt, we can block another one of their 2/2s. Or we could tap Shaman of the Pack. A land is good. Good news. That's not a creature. So I think we'll maybe kill that in combat. Flash. All right, Jake. So
We're still alive.
we're still alive. It's turn 4.
Holy snap.
They're respecting the vial here. They're only attacking us with Shaman the Pack. They could have like lead the Stampede, and they're gonna cast that using Heritage Druid, and then cast all the elves. So one option here is to flash in Nebelgast Herald, tap one of these creatures. They can't produce 3 mana, and then block and kill this.
I do like the tapping one of the creatures bit. Blocking sounds like...
We traded
I
it.
guess we have...
We traded it.
Yeah.
This is a 3/2.
Yeah.
If they're holding Collected Company, they could vial, or they could Collect Company into a Lord, and we just...
I think we lose the Collected Company no matter what.
We don't lose to it. Maybe we don't block this turn. Because then the following turn we have 3 mana, we have a Lord on 3, and we have Moorland Haunt. So I think we just flash this thing in combat, so at least they lose mana on their main phase. We'll tap Llanowar Elves.
They need 5 creatures for that.
So this is an easy answer to Ormondal.
Right. So
Actually,
that's a reason not to block.
Yeah. So our one copy of Nebelgast Herald is our best answer right now to Ormondal. We do have 4 paths. Ormondal's an easy pathable creature. It has indestructible and haste and lifelink, but it does not have hexproof. Cool. All right, so we faded something there. They probably just have nothing. I think they were incentivized to cast a Collected Company there if they had it. So, double Drogskol. It's good, but we don't need to do it right now. I think we get more value out of just attacking.
Well, you have,
and then we
both,
can.
Right?
Well, we want to activate Moorland Haunt.
Okay.
We're gonna play a Captain with Vial, and we're gonna activate Moorland Haunt. That's 2 Nebelgast triggers.
Sure.
So they're at 20 life. I think we have to get in attacking. Probably just 3 for now, because this is actually an amazing blocker once we get the Drogskol in play. We don't have any way at all to do anything about a Collected Company or lead the Stampede, so we just have to hope they don't do that. Their board is not particularly well set up to leverage Azuri. Like they don't have a ton of mana. They have a lot, but for elves, I mean they have 8 mana. 9, I guess. And that involves tapping all their creatures. So
how many Planetfallers do you think they play?
Probably 4. I haven't looked at an elves list.
And how much does it cost in tier 6?
Oh yeah, right, that thing.
Okay, so here's our window to tap stuff. So
I forgot about that.
Do you tap the Clan Caller?
Does it have to tap to use its ability?
Yes.
We tap the yeah, I like that a lot. So we'll tap the Clan Caller, exiling Mausoleum Wanderer. Make it 2/2. Pressure them into doing this right now. And they're doing it.
And they won't have the mana to cast it.
Oh, it goes into play.
Oh, it just goes into play.
Yeah. So that's okay.
Okay.
Still in the beginning of combat, they have nothing left except the 3 mana here. We Vial in Drogskol Captain.
Jesus, and how much power do we have out there?
Yeah, so we'll have a lot. 3, 6, 10, 12. We'll have 16 awkwardly.
Oh,
Happens so often. But we're still drawing live to another Drogskol Captain or Supreme Phantom or a Phantasmal Image. And I don't think we're dead on board. Or rather,
even if we have to pass on attack.
Yeah, I think we can survive one more turn if we don't draw a Lord here. Okay, Selfless Spirit does not get the kill. What it does do is it gives us another creature in the graveyard.
And we can block and have our team survive, basically. That's a great draw, actually.
Yeah, not as good as a Lord, but after Lords, I think it was the best draw. So we have to get a white source. Because now we can play out Selfless Spirit. Tap, who cares?
Can you attack with anything?
Definitely attack with something. So we get no value out of blocking with this 3/3 Spirit token. It's all about lining up.
Just the drugs.
It's all about lining up for the second combat step, right? We want to make sure we can definitely kill him. These are the two worst blockers because we don't want either of them to die, and they only have 3 toughness. Right. So let's attack with those two, put them to 10. Probably unnecessarily cautious. But right now they have 5 creatures in play. This will leave us with 5 blockers. Obviously we can tap stuff too, but... Whew. So the one thing about the clan callers that I think weakens elves a little bit is it made them more aggressive, which sounds silly, but...
They're forced to be aggressive?
Yeah, well, not if they play 4 clan callers. And I think right now that's sort of the hotness. But it means they have a little bit less like finicky, tricky action going on. Whereas before, I think that the deck is better now. But this has introduced a little bit of an Achilles heel, where the deck got a little dumber. And as a result, sort of the trickiness that we're exhibiting here with tap effects and creative blocking stops them in a way that it didn't used to. Are we doing a Zuri?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, not absolutely. Or we can tap 2 creatures. They'll only have enough mana to activate a Zuri 1 time. And then we have 5 blockers.
Okay, sure.
So I think we're probably not dead to a Zuri.
Okay.
We're definitely not dead to...
Oh, shit. I just remember the Starburst. This round brought to you by Starburst.
No, this round was brought to you by Peapod Late Night Grocery Delivery Service.
Oh.
And now it's... Maybe game 2 will be brought to you by Starburst.
Which, funnily enough, did not come from Peapod. Starburst.
Okay, so there's a Zuri. I think they were doing the math.
So we have to respond.
Do you have to respond? I don't think so. They just float mana anyway, so...
Oh, sure.
We just got to think about what their biggest attackers are and how much toughness we can put in front of them. We have a lot of toughness. We have a Drogskol Captain plus... we sack the Selfless Spirit. Oh, I get to illustrate another cool little line with this deck. Oh, you know what? We should let Azuri resolve. We should wait to do all this because they need to pump before combat, or else they don't even have the mana, right? So they can tap
Why do they have to do
this
it before combat?
Well, I mean,
because you can tap stuff down here.
I guess what I meant was I didn't mean they can do it before combat. I meant they could. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is a cool little thing we get to do. So first we're going to Vial in Drogskol Captain. And then we'll tap one of their attackers, the biggest one. We'll tap Shaman of the Pack. So this should prompt them to activate a Zuri.
Also, yellow Starburst, best Starburst.
Are you kidding me? You heathen. Yellows are the ones you give away.
Okay, yellow, yeah, to me. Yellow are my favorite.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so they made 3 mana with that. So, here's a cool thing. After that resolves, we are going to... So, this is a sweet thing that can come up. We have no creatures in our graveyard, but we want to activate Moorland Haunt.
Mm-hmm.
So... what we're going to do is we're going to hold priority, and we're going to sacrifice Selfless Spirit.
Oh my god.
With that ability on the stack, but with Selfless Spirit in the graveyard, we're going to activate Moorland Haunt and exile Selfless Spirit to make a token.
Yeah, we gotta click your manus.
And then, after we make the token, the Selfless Spirit ability is going to resolve, giving everything, including the token, indestructible. It only comes up if Selfless Spirit, if you have no creatures in your graveyard. Otherwise, you could always just exile a different creature card and then sack Selfless. But cool little thing you can do there by holding priority. Magic's always interesting when you can hold priority. So we'll tap Llanowar Elves. Then all of our creatures get indestructible. So we have 16 toughness on the board. They only have 11 power. So we can actually put both two creatures in front of each of them. Cool. That was awesome. That was great. Good game. Definitely a tough match. And a tough matchup. So, Worship. Weird one against Elves. They play Abrupt Decay. They probably have at least one Reclamation Sage. Mm. We showed them Vial, so Sage is coming in if it wasn't main deck. Also, Worship can be destroyed, or rather, we can lose the game through Worship with Shaman of the Pack, which causes life loss, not damage.
Oh yeah.
So I don't think.
Death not unified mode.
I don't think that Worship is going to come in. Because this Elvish Clan Caller version of the deck is also all in on Shaman of the Pack. They play 4.
That was just game 1, right?
Yep, that was game 1.
Okay, thank God.
So, yeah, we're just sideboarding now.
That was good.
So the only card in my sideboard that I am confident is good against Elves is Echoing Truth. Mm-hmm. That one is absolutely coming in. And the only one in the main deck that I'm sure is bad is Remorseful Cleric. Besides that, I think Serum Visions is probably bad. We could cut one Aether Vial if we're trying to bring in another card, like a Worship. Eidolon of Rhetoric is okay. It's a little slow.
It's pretty slow.
It's a little slow, but it's got 4 toughness, so it blocks okay. And it does prevent like a late game lead the Stampede and then play all your Elves. So I think we can bring that in maybe for 1 Vial, just because the Vials are pretty slow. And we're more susceptible to a Rec Sage. Mm-hmm. This also dies to Rec Sage. Sort of weird. Neat decision by Wizards to take this very, 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 very powerful effect that totally stomps a lot of decks and put it on an enchantment creature and an artifact creature.
Artifact? What?
Yep. The other version of this is Aethersworn Canonist, which prevents multiple casting of non-artifact spells, but it's an artifact creature. So these super powerful effects are both on creatures that have other types that makes them a little bit easier to destroy.
A little squishier.
It's a good balance, in my opinion. Let's try this. Like I said, we don't really have that much going on in our sideboard for this matchup. Okay, this is a mulligan.
Yeah. Okay, we whine about lands, but come on.
All right, so this is an identical hand, except we got rid of 2 land. We traded 2 lands for a Rattlechains. That's a key. Cool, got a 1-drop. All right, well, post-board games against Elves, we basically cross our fingers that they just end up with a redundant draw and Echoing Truth actually gets value. Mm-hmm. The games I win against Elves post-board usually involve like bouncing 3 Elvish Mystics or something. Which, to all you Elves players out there, is a big incentive to diversify your mana dorks. Don't play, like if you're playing 6, I don't know how many just regular tap for green mana Elves they play.
Is Finhorn Elves legal?
No. Not in Modern.
Orange is the worst. Starburst.
I agree with that. Orange and yellow are bad.
Nope. Disagree.
I don't
I'm just Starburst. Putting this in Exile.
Shaper's Sanctuary. Huh. That's good because it's not a creature. So yeah, they might play the full 8 of these. I honestly have no idea. But if they don't play the full 8, then they should split them as evenly as possible to minimize collateral damage from Echoing Truth. Trade? Get an elf off the board? I think so.
Sure.
We are not the beatdown in this matchup. Not even close. Man, Elves untapping on turn 3 with 3 mana is a victory in my book.
Mm-hmm.
Shaper Sanctuary is never going to matter. We only have 6 spells in our entire deck that target. And this does not trigger from abilities. Right? Oh, it does.
Yep.
Oh, I was thinking of some other card.
Right.
What card is it that doesn't trigger from abilities?
Some recent spirit card or something.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to trade here with Rattlechains. Now these aggressive trades are they plan anyway against Elves, but they're made better by the fact that we have a Moorland Haunt in hand.
Right.
Because now we're
those spirits back.
Yeah, right. They're playing the Shaper Sanctuary to try to get 2-for-1s out of their Elves. We are getting 2-for-1s out of our spirits by having a Moorland Haunt, and once we have the Drogskol Captain, which we'll play now, our spirit tokens trade with most of their Elves as well.
Right.
So that's why I'm playing this out now, to get it on the board as soon as possible. They also are just sort of floundering a little bit. Probably going to try to company here, if they have it. 2 Archdruids. Oh, all right. 2 can play at this game. We're just playing Lords versus Lords.
Ours have hexproof.
Right. Well, there's Tapper mana.
For none cards.
True.
Respect.
Yeah, that's weird because they don't even have the mana for Collected Company. I guess they just want to play a good Dwind's Elite or something. Shaman.
Oh, nasty.
All right, that's really good.
Yeah, that's pretty
Now
nice.
they have a 5/4 Shaman.
Echoing Truth is pretty sweet, huh?
Yes, it's not going to bounce on this turn. Oh, wow. Maybe it is.
Well, so they're going to draw from your spells.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to, unfortunately, fetch Shock here. All right, so we have 2 removal spells that answers their entire board. So what that means is we want to go as low as possible before we start removing their stuff. Because we have clean answers to their entire board, we want to absorb combat steps. Now, they don't have lethal on board right now, and they just played a... Oh, they had a stop somewhere. So right now they have 11 power on the board, and we can answer their entire board. So I think we let it hit us. What do you think?
What if they attack without you?
We go to 2.
I don't know if we can kill them that quickly afterwards.
It's not that we can kill them quickly afterwards. It's that we can answer their whole board with the cards in our hand.
Mm-hmm.
So by letting them hit us, going to end step, just pathing this, we minimize the number of cards they see this turn.
Mm-hmm.
I think we go to 2.
Okay.
The risk is we die to another Shaman of the pack.
Sure.
But I think we go to 2.
Okay.
If they attack with everything. Wow, they attack with nothing. So they have...
Do they have a lot of instant speed stuff? Okay.
They have Collected Company. Alright, this is getting packed.
Mm-hmm.
They just gave us a freebie there. They absolutely should have attacked with everything. I think that was the way better play. Like, we had 1 mana. The other option, I guess, if they'd attacked with everything, is we could path 1 Archdruid and then block the other one. but I don't think we need to do that. Land would be amazing. Come on. Yes! Alright, so now we can Moorland Haunt plus Echoing Truth. So we're attacking with everything. Trying to shut this door. Man, so many tribal versus tribal matchups in Modern right now. There's elves, there's spirits, there's humans, there's wizards.
Dragons.
Dwynen's elite. This is a juicy time to bounce those, because then they don't get the token.
And they'll spend the rest of their turn playing it out. And they can't attack.
Yeah. I think this is the time. And then we have... Again, damn, we have 10 power on the board. when we untap. It just keeps happening.
Don't we only have 9?
Oh yeah, right. It's a 1/1. We have so many 2/1s that I tend to assume that spirits are going to be 2/1s.
Right.
All right, they made a bunch of mana. They're going to Coco in response to hit elves. Let's go play. Oh, we're not? I guess not. Okay. Okay.
So we kind of got.
That was good. That was good. We.
Oh, no, I was just going to mention about like Echoing Truth hitting 2 kind of undoes the effect of the Shaper Sanctuary.
Yes, I agree. All right. So they have 1 card in hand now.
Okay, don't forget to make a spirit.
Yep. They have 1 card.
So if we draw a Lord, we win.
Yep. Come on, Lord. All right. We attack for 6. They have 2 4/4s, which we block. We take 9.
So they have to have basically nothing.
What?
They have to have.
Well, we're at 13 life, so 9 is not close.
Yeah, but if they play like a clan colony,
we still go to 1. So we.
Do we have another creature in the yard?
Yep.
Okay, great.
So we have 2 blockers, which can block their 4/4s. And then besides that, they have 3 3/3s. So when they attack us next turn, they deal 9 on the board. And they're at 5, and we have 6 power flying. We die to a Shaman of the Pack for sure, but there's nothing we can do about that. If we attack with nothing, we can't block favorably, so that's useless. They still hit us for 6, putting us to 7, and then any Elf plus Shaman kills us. So we can't play around that. That kills us if they have it, so we got to attack for 6. Trade away 2 spirits for 8 damage in combat. Hope they don't have a second Lord, or 2 more Lords. Like Collected Company and a double Lord will kill us. Ormondal Profane Prince would kill us. Well, would make the game unwinnable. Yeah. We don't die on the spot. Heritage Druid. Okay, so that's it. We got him. They go to combat.
They have to swing, right?
Yep. Cool. So we win. They have no cards in hand. They should have held up that Woodland Cemetery at least, or whatever it is, Blooming Marsh, so that at least, right, they make us think about it. Let's see, 4, 8, 11, right? So we can even kill the 2 Lords just to and take 11, right? 4, 8, 11. Yeah. Go to 2, attack him in the air and kill him. Cool. Lord to rub it in. We'll give him the GGs. Attack for 6 flying. You know, Jake, I gotta say, when this league started,
You called it, dude.
I called it. I said we were going to be on the draw, and therefore go 4-1. We lost our first match, which was not promising, and then we won out from there.
Yep.
And got the 4-1.
Why are you so good at calling, man?
I am good at calling them. I call them a lot. All right, cool. So
hope you guys enjoyed.
Neat. Got the 4-1. Take one last look at the deck. So there it is. Look right there. So something that Jake and I were talking about before, and that I briefly mentioned in our pregame deck tech was that we considered Spell Pierce.
And how hilariously good it would have been then.
Yeah, so something that we said off camera was that in 3 of the 5 matches that we just played, Spell Pierce would have been really good. It would have been great against the prison deck. Stopping, we even mentioned at the beginning, right, that Spell Pierce is better than Wanderer in the cases where opponents are playing artifacts, enchantments, and planeswalkers. And we played a deck in round 1 that was filled with artifacts, enchantments, and planeswalkers. So Spell Pierce would have been really good there. It would not have stopped the turn 1 Blood Moon that killed us in the first game. Right. So Spell Pierce would have also been good against Boggles. It's really good at countering the key auras. And of course, it's really good against any primarily spell-based deck like Ad Nauseam.
Have you convinced yourself to try it next time?
No, because we also played against Elves and Devoted Druid Vizier of Remedies combo, which are worse matchups for us than the other decks we were talking about. And those are matchups in which Spell Pierce would have been dead. I think total in those 2 matchups combined, we saw like 3 non-creature spells cast in the entire 6 games or whatever we played, 5 games. So I think we made the right choice by not including Spell Pierce, because you got to think, like, what is it accomplishing? Is it improving your bad matchups or your good matchups? And we saw that it would have improved matchups that should be winnable, and it would have hurt us in matchups that are already sort of difficult.
But that's why you played it more.
That's why we're not going to play it. That's why we're not going to play it in the main deck. And I don't think it's good enough in the sideboard. Right. So I was pretty happy with the deck we submitted. Against Elves, Devoted Druid combo and what was the deck we played in match 3? Boggles. All of those matches, it would have been nice to have a Settle the Wreckage instead of a Worship. We did not side in Worship at all.
I'm a proponent of Settle the Wreckage.
So the reason why I don't play Settle the Wreckage is 2 reasons. 1, Worship is good against burn. Settle the Wreckage is not. And the second is white is a challenging mana cost for this deck to get to.
I wouldn't play it over Worship.
Oh, okay. I don't think there's room for 2 4-mana spells in our sideboard, so I don't think I'd play both. But it's worth thinking about Settle. I think always the question is going to be what your meta looks like, what you expect to face, because they're similar cards. They're both 4-mana white spells that are good against creature decks, but they are not that similar.
Is that the first thing you had where you didn't see like a graveyard deck? Like Hollow One?
Yeah, it's been probably like 10 weeks since the last time I saw no graveyard-based combo.
Yeah.
We never sideboarded in Rest in Peace, and we sideboarded out Remorseful Cleric in every match. 1 league is not enough data to like switch things up. I still think that the 1 main deck Remorseful Cleric is good, and I definitely think the 3 Rest in Peace are good. Also, the card that's sort of flip-flopping with Rest in Peace is Stony Silence. Stony Silence wouldn't have been any better in this league.
Right.
This was a league where we saw a bunch of creature-based combo decks.
Right.
Or combo-ish decks. So, besides the match against Ad Nauseam, we didn't really get to leave on our sideboard at all. We sided in not very many cards in any match except for Ad Nauseam. And something to think about is that our main deck is actually pretty good against Ad Nauseam. So maybe the sideboard needs to be revisited a little bit. If we're bringing in that many cards against Ad Nauseam, that's already a pretty good matchup, and we didn't have cards to bring in against the creature decks that were bad matchups, then maybe we should reevaluate what's in the sideboard and cut a few things that are good against Ad Nauseam, things like Eidolon, Thalia, that sort of thing, and replace them with cards that are going to help us in creature matchups.
Sure.
Something to think about for next time, just based on what matchups are good and bad.
Like
it goes back to
Snag.
the spell. It goes back to the spell pierce question of like, is it improving our good matchups or our bad matchups? And weirdly enough, I think our sideboard is actually well equipped to improve our matchups that are already pretty good. So maybe we can trim a little bit of this stuff to add things like you said, like Vapor Snag, like Condemn, maybe find room for a Stellar Wreckage, that sort of thing. Cool. Ghostly Prison is also a card I've been thinking about. Might be good. Anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this sweet 4-1 against 5 straight uninteractive decks. And we'll see you next time.